Free Forbearance Course Tip 2. Stuck before you have started? This is how to get moving. Indecision is the graveyard of good intentions. I was running on a hotel hallway after a workshop a few weeks back when I bumped into a shy southern woman who looked a little bit confused. We chatted for a few minutes, and when I asked her how she was doing in the business, she popped the inevitable question. "Mike, how do I get started?" she mumbled. She seemed embarrassed, and I held a chuckle so she wouldn't feel any more awkward. Honestly, I wanted to laugh, not because she had done something wrong, but because I hated this question more than any other question on the planet. It's not that this lovely woman wasn't smart. She was. The fact is, everyone has trouble with this one simple question. Even advanced people ask me the question. People with plenty of know-how. I'm talking about trained pros who take the time to dedicate a lot of hours to learning the building wealth system. Yet, they still trip up over the first step. So, if you are just starting out, or even if you've been pounding the books for a while already, maybe you're asking the same question. If so, I think it's time that I can up with a good answer. Now, I could run down the to-do list for quick cash success. You know the stuff. Call your coaches for guidance, learn how your peers are doing it, develop a marketing plan for yourself, set goals, research leads at your local courthouse or online, and the list goes on like that. But after I talked with a woman in the hallway, I started to realize that when people say, "How do I start?" that's not really what they're asking at all. It's certainly what they think they're asking, but they're sometimes missing the point. What people really mean when they say, "How do I get started?" The proper question might be this one: what am I afraid of? These people, maybe you, are stuck on what feels like a million what-if questions. What will I say if the sellers won't sell? What paperwork do I send out? What calculation do I plug into my calculator to get what piece of information? Pretty soon, you just want to drown your papers into the bathtub, punch your computer out the window, or forget the whole thing. So, what are you done afraid of? I tell you, and I can tell you, only because we've all been in your shoes. First, you may be afraid of failure. Yep, no big deal, aren't you all? But the greatest money makers in the world also tend to be the biggest risk takers. So, thinking about failure won't get you far. But you may also be afraid of something you would expect. Something that I would say most of my students are somewhat afraid of. What is that, Mr. Fair, you ask? Success. People, me, our students, maybe even you, are afraid of success. I'm not kidding. To tell you the truth, it's a pretty normal fear. Even I can relate. We all have a tendency to feel more comfortable with the usual, what we know, even if we don't like it. It's always easier to continue in a path where you know nothing is going to surprise you or catch you off guard than to veer off down the rabbit hole. I think for a lot of new affiliates, they're excited. They know the business has infinite potential for them to make huge positive changes in their lives on a financial level and many others. Albert Einstein knew the problem well. I think for a lot of affiliates, they're excited. They know the business has infinite potential for them to make huge positive changes in their lives on a financial level and many others. Maybe they have the immortal words of Albert Einstein in the back of their minds. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. They've done their homework and read the books. They understand the basics. They understand what they need to do in order to get going. And they really want to make the business work for them. But they're still stuck. What type of font should I use on my postcards? What exactly do I say to an investor who is interested in buying my note? Do I have to sign and send an agreement on every deal? And the longer they think about all the things they're still not 100% sure about, the greater the danger that will do is nothing. Paralysis of analysis can be a pitfall for all of us. So, what's the answer? What's the best way to overcome whatever doubts or uncertainties are holding each of us back? stopping us from achieving the good things that we want and we know are possible. Check out my posting on 4 easy ways to overcome your fears. Want to learn all about this business? Then join our next free title seminar on how to make $100,000 a year with forbearances and foreclosures. Spaces are limited, and we usually fill up to capacity very quickly.